Hi everyone, welcome back. I am so happy you're here. Today we're going to be making a really easy summer Italian pasta dish using pantry ingredients, and I'll show you what happened with some of the seeds I planted. So I hope you'll hang out with me today and join in. Here's a little update on how my driveway garden is doing. So these are all potatoes here that I have planted in these Rubbermaid tubs. And wow, look at them. They are just coming up gangbusters. They are doing so well. And over here, I planted carrots, and I don't know what it is this year, but my seeds were just crap. You know, that's the only way I can describe it. And I've heard that the possible reason for that is that a lot of this year's seed shipments were stuck on container ships that just weren't unloaded, and the conditions, of course, maybe were just too hot and humid, and a lot of the seeds got ruined. But lesson learned, I just need to over-sow next time. So luckily these are carrots, so I can re-sow these and regrow carrots pretty much right up until the end of this month, and I can still keep going with carrots. But here, look, I planted probably about 12 cucumber seeds and only 4 of them came up. Luckily I only need, a few plants, but that's okay. But that's a lesson that I learned. So over-sow, because you just never know what's going to come up, and then worst case scenario, you can just give away extra plants that you don't need. So anyways, I've got a few viable plants here that I can use, and I'm going to use these ones. And here are my tomato plants, which are doing really well. And they're growing nicely. They've got blossoms on them. So what I've done here is I've just put up this little plastic kind of barrier here. So between that and the hedge, it's just cutting a bit of the wind, because we just haven't had the warmest summer this year. So if I didn't have the hedge in behind, what I would have done is just put another sheet of plastic in behind, just to kind of give them a bit more protection. But they're doing really well, considering it hasn't really been the warmest. And I have this gorgeous pot of mustard greens here, and these are really delicious, sauteed up with a little bit of olive oil and garlic, or thrown into a salad. I'm going to show you what I'm making for lunch today. I've got some pasta cooking, because I'm going to be making pasta with tuna and lemon, which is a traditional Italian dish. It is so delicious if you've never had it before, and it uses almost exclusively pantry ingredients, so it comes together super fast, and I'll show you what's in it. So here's everything that we're going to be using for lunch for 4. So this is 2 cans of tuna. This is actually a tuna in broth and oil. So I haven't used this before, but I'm excited to try it. I think it's going to be good. I have some capers, which I really like. You can leave it out if you don't like capers, but I love them, so I'm going to put it in. Some lemon juice, olive oil, some garlic. This is just a big jar of garlic that I picked up at Costco, and this garlic is shelf stable until you open it. So like when you open it, you just keep it in the fridge, but until then you can just store it on the shelf. And this is just some parsley that I've picked from my garden that I'm going to use for a garnish. So I've heated up about 2 tablespoons of oil in my pan, and I've opened up my cans of tuna, and I've just put them in the pan, and I've broken them up a little bit, and I'm going to reserve this liquid that comes in the can of tuna, because if the pasta seems a little bit too dry, I'm going to add a little bit of that to moisten it. But I'm going to hang on to this, but I am going to add just a little bit of it, about a teaspoon or so, just so that I can get a nice saucy consistency here. And now all I'm going to do is add my other ingredients and warm it through. I'm not going to like fry it up, so to speak. I just want to warm everything through over medium heat. And then when my pasta's done, I'm just going to put that in. And here's how our pasta dish looks when it's all done. And this is the perfect dish to make when you don't have a lot of fresh ingredients on hand. And of course you want to put Parmesan cheese on the top. It is just so flavorful with the lemony bite with the capers and the tuna. It is really, really good. My husband dug out this old kiddie pool that we had under our deck for years and filled it up with water. And ever since then, the ducks that have moved into our yard have been living the poolside life. And here's my cat taking a little shade break after running around chasing things. We have ebbs and flows in life, don't we? Times to be busy and productive, times to prepare for the future, and times to rest and enjoy what we have and cherish our loved ones. This is life. It's happening right now and you're a part of it. And you're right where you're supposed to be, in this time and in the place that you are. So let's make it count. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time.